You see, the scientist had implanted tiny wires in its skull, and pressing the button sent electricity into its brain. This controlled the signals sent into the bull's body, causing it to stop mid-charge. But when people heard about the experiment, they panicked. They were terrified he would use the technology to control their minds, which put an end to the scientist's research.
No, low-key, bring that research back. We could low-key do something with that. We could low-key take it to some places that ain't been taken before, bro. I'm not gonna hold. I'm not thinking no weird like y'all thinking. But imagine an entire lion mind-controlled army, bro. Think about that, bro. Come on, bro.
Where have you been?
Hey guys, Blue Rye here, and today, if you're watching on the tube, we're doing Zack D bingo and like those. There's a bingo board right here like those, and we're gonna go ahead and look at Zack D films, look at like some motherfucking weapons slash deaths slash incidences slash motherfucking goddamn, I don't know, it's getting beat up. Who knows what the fuck we gonna see on this bit. We're gonna do it with the bingo board this time. If you would like to participate with the bingo board with us on Twitch Blue Rye in the description. Come to the stream like those. We're doing three-way bingo chat, so y'all know how this go by now.
He fixed the rusty metal piece to the last spot and watched as the windmill began to turn. Now, people below were laughing and mocking at his creation. You see, a drought had struck his village, and without power, pumping water to their gardens was almost impossible. So he went to a library and found a book about windmills. With broken bike parts, scraps of metal, and an old tractor fan, he started building. Now, people thought he had lost his mind, but when he finally set it up, the blades began to spin, and a small light bulb flickered to life. For the first time, his house had electricity, powered by nothing but his windmill.
Niggas like that will be making some creative and then try to put their findings out to the world, and then like the government will snipe them, bro, because them is like too creative. Chat, is there anything that we can get for that on the bingo board? In the meantime, let me see, bro. Experiment. Yeah, we'll do experiment. We'll do experiment. It's a daily house fact. How often in your life are you gonna do that? Like something like this. How often are you gonna build a windmill one? Give me experiment. Give me experiment, bro. Every day. Cat, bro. Next one. Stephen Hawking. Did Stephen Hawking really go to that island, chat?
Every time he moved his cheek, it sent a signal to his computer. On the screen, a list of letters would slowly scroll by. When the one he wanted lit up, he would twitch his cheek to pick it. Now, his computer had been programmed with his personal vocabulary, meaning as soon as he selected a letter or two, the advanced system would immediately list words and phrases. When the sentence was ready, a robotic voice said it out loud.
I love Zack D films.
Yo, I was always wondering how this, like, who made that, bro? That's actually so insane. Like, it's like some like low-key like crazy technology. But imagine if you hack him. Yo, low-key, if he was still alive, could you AI this? He would probably integrate AI to the system, and he would have that TikTok voice, the one TikTok, I am Stephen Hawking. Like that one voice that sound like that, he would probably have something like that, or that Rocket Raccoon voice. He low-key could probably switch his voice if bro was still alive at this point. WTF fact. Now, for a WTF fact, it gotta be something that really blow my shit, bro. Like, it gotta be something like those, bro. It gotta be something like those. Said extinct. Extinct creature, chat. Come on, bro. Come on, gang. Let's just lock in a little bit. I mean, you're not wrong, but that's not really what we mean. Like that.
He told the waiter their food wasn't cooked right, sending it back to the kitchen. Then he ordered a soda to go, sipping it as he drove home. But something tasted strange, and when the lid popped off, he saw a thick wad of spit floating inside. So he drove straight back to confronting the waiter, who denied everything. The police tested the drink, matching DNA from the spit to the waiter. The waiter was fined, and the couple sued for emotional trauma.
Bro, you can't just get a fine for that, bro. You got suplex, bro, in real time. The waiter's so lucky because this is how it could have gone. This is exactly how it could have gone.
Side. So he drove straight back to Chili's.
It could have gone exactly like that, realistically, especially with the day and age that we live in. I'm not manifesting that or asking for that, but realistically, this is what could have happened. Bro is blessed. Okay, let's go back to the board. Let's see what we can get. Anything food related? I mean, they did say food. They did say food, but are we really going to do that? Are we going to do that? Should that count? Y'all think this should count for food? Illegal? It's not really illegal to spend the shit. Yeah, it definitely is though. Like, it's not like illegal though. Like, there's just levels to this. Yes, it is. Food and illegal. Because even though there's food in it, like, I want the main focus to be about food. So I'm gonna give illegal. I'm gonna give illegal for that one. The army that fall back with balloons.
Set up fake jeep. They inflated the tanks, set up fake jeeps, and played loud recordings of troops and machinery. They were known as the Ghost Army, a secret World War II unit made of actors and sound engineers. Now, their job wasn't to fight, but to trick the Nazis into thinking a huge army was nearby. They faked radio chatter to trick enemy scouts, and even dragged tire tracks through the mud. The enemy wasted time and resources chasing an army that was never there.
Yo, some of this shit, I'll be like these niggas in the army have done everything. We seen like not every Army Zack D films during at this point. Some of the shit he be doing is like, I gotta see like real footage.
Ghost Army.
He said he got race baited by fake tanks. Okay, that was some calm shit. That was some calm shit. Let's see. Okay, so y'all can hit army related on the board. Y'all can hit army related on the board, bro. Gotta be cap. I don't put it past them, bro. I seen some crazy, bro. I seen some crazy. When antlers get stuck together,
they ram their antlers into each other, locking them together, and they can get stuck so tightly that they can't be pulled apart. The two deer twist and struggle trying to break free, and this can last for days.
Deer's gotta be like top 5 most unintelligent animals, bro. And I with animals, bro, but deers low-key will dead ass look at you in your car, in your headlights. You will look back at it. He will look at you and he will dead ass run straight into his vehicle, bro, and motherfucking like suicide himself in GTA. That's serious, bro.
Eventually, one will collapse from injuries and exhaustion, and the other is left dragging the body behind. To escape, it jerks and thrashes until the skull breaks free, leaving it stuck wearing the head and antlers like an unwanted trophy.
What the yo, nature is so scary. If I was driving, I look past and I seen a deer with another deer's head on it. Oh, bro, I'd be f***ed up. I seen that IRL, bro. What the? Let's see what we can get for this, bro. Let's see what we can get for this. Did we have animal related on here? Is there anything we can get on here? Oh no, what the fact? Hit what the fact, bro. What the? How a fly-powered plane works.
Place the flies in the fridge until they
and crazy death. We come back to that.
Stop moving. Then the flies in the fridge until they stop moving. Then slice a matchstick in half and glue a paper-thin wing across the top. Add tiny drops of glue to the wing, one for each fly. Then stick the dormant flies on by their bellies, all pointing in the same direction. Breathe warm air across their bodies, and as they wake up, their wings buzz back to life, and the whole plane lifts off the ground.
This is actually very f***ed up. Who is the first to try this, bro?
Breathe warm air across their bodies, and as they wake up, their wings buzz back to life, and the whole plane lifts off the ground.
I kind of want to try that, but like not at the same time, because that's like some serial killer. Okay, can we get anything for this? Questionable is. Nah, it definitely is. Where's questionable at? My name is Pink and I'm merely out of each other. Yeah, let's say questionable. Food related. What are you talking about, bro? What the f? Low-key whoever tried this deserves 100K. No, the f they don't. They need to be shackled in prison, bro. What the f? Hot wax destroyed her vision. Y'all ever put hot wax on your balls?
The hot wax dropped straight into her open right eye while she was getting her eyebrows done. Screamed as it burned through the surface. Later at the hospital, doctors found an ulcer and scarring, resulting in permanent damage, and she lost over half of the vision in that eye. She sued the spa and walked away with $400,000, and the salon was later shut down.
Now she got one eye and like that though, bro. What the bro?
While she was getting her eyebrows done,
that sucks, bro. I'd be mad at freak accident. Yeah, that's a freak accident for sure. Freak Freak accident. Freak accident. Yeah, we hit those on the bingo board, bro. Hit those on the bingo board, bro.
A tiny bullet was packed into the end of the key, and a safety latch stopped it from firing. This meant the guard could still use it to unlock cell doors. But if the prisoner tried to escape, the guard could release the safety, and when he pulled the trigger, a tiny flash ignited the gunpowder inside. This would shoot the bullet, stopping the prisoner in their tracks, and making others think twice before trying to escape.
Bro, they put switches on keys, bro? Imagine you get walked down by the guard with a key. They don't can't even bring those back. Key Glock? Oh, hold on. That's where the got his name from, bro. That's an insane weapon, bro.
Others think twice. This would shoot the bullet, stopping the prisoner in their tracks, and making others think twice before trying to escape.
Because what do? You should never try to escape. After you see the first thing get switched down by a key, it's cooked. It's definitely cooked, bro. Oh, crazy weapon. Let's do weapon.
Zack D film stream.
Let's do weapon. ATL as we speak. Yeah, there's probably some ATL who definitely doing those, bro. How smart IV needles work. How close are y'all, by the way?
When a doctor gives you this IV, they insert a special needle into your vein. But this needle is made from a metal that reacts to body heat. As the medicine flows into your bloodstream, the needle begins to soften. This makes it flexible and allows it to move with you. It also has a built-in sensor, which tracks your body temperature and detects leaking.
That was like the most normal one out there, bro. Having an IV in you, bro, like that's painful. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but bro, that is painful, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what they do in like to that. Is that supposed to be painful? The only time I had an IV in me is when I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out. They had to knock you out for that. They don't got to, but like they put an IV in me, bro, and that took me to sleep. They put some fluid in me, some white in me, and after that, felt crazy, bro. Felt crazy. Medical. That's not a crazy medical procedure. That's pretty standard, to be honest, man. It's not supposed to be painful. Your nurse was just oh. It be like that sometimes, bro. The disappearance of Bobby Dunbar.
He vanished while playing near a lake on a family trip. They searched for months but found no trace of him. Then, hundreds of miles away, he was found with a handyman. Now, the family was overjoyed to find their lost son, but the handyman insisted they had the wrong boy. Courts ruled in favor of the family, and the boy was raised as their own. But decades later, a DNA test revealed that he wasn't actually their child, meaning they accidentally kidnapped another boy, and their real son was never found.
Wait, so what?
He vanished while playing near a lake on a family
He drowned, bro.
trip. They searched for months but found no trace of him. Then, hundreds of miles away, he was found with a handyman. Now, the
So who the f is this?
family was overjoyed to find their lost son.
Bro, speak up for yourself, gang. Like, bro, who the f are y'all, bro? Get away from me.
But the handyman insisted they had the wrong boy. Courts ruled in favor of the family, and the boy was raised as their own. But decades later, a DNA test revealed that he wasn't actually their child, meaning they accidentally kidnapped another boy, and their real son was never found.
I feel like the court needs to be investigated for that. How do y'all like inadvertently kidnap my son, bro? Lil Jit gone. That bro drowned. He had to have drowned. That's the only thing that makes sense. This is plot twist. Unsolved mystery. Okay, bet. How close y'all, bro? How close y'all, bro? Let me see. What the what did I just see?
He dialed the phone using a pencil as blood poured from the stumps where his arms should have been. You see, they had been ripped off after his shirt got caught in a machine. But he walked 100 yards to his house and opened the door with his mouth. Then he used a pencil to dial 911. Once help arrived, they found his arms, and doctors were able to reattach the bones, veins, and skin while he was in a coma. He spent weeks in recovery and eventually regained use of both arms.
That's insane. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. What the f? I'm not even gonna say it gotta be kept. I believe it, bro. I believe it. Cheated death. They cheated death in a crazy way. I'm gonna do cheated death. Cheated death. Crazy procedures. Should we do crazy procedures? Yes, not really. No. Just off the sake that we got more to do. I'm not gonna do it though. But I could see that being a crazy procedure, bro. Gotta be cap. Nah, I believe it, so it can't be cap.
If you pulled a fish out of the ocean and dropped it into a pond, it would quickly die. That's because without salt, they absorb too much water, making their organs swell. But if a bull shark is plopped into a lake, they start peeing like crazy, up to 20 times more than normal, to flush out the excess water they're absorbing. At the same time, a special gland in their butt works overtime to hold on to salt, preserving the delicate balance in their blood that most fish would lose. Meaning you could find a bull shark swimming in any body of water.
Okay. Yo, Zack D Films, thank you for telling me that I want to know, bruh. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think not a single soul was going to ask for that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think not a single soul was going to ask for that. But I mean, you know, big up for like, you know, telling us shit like those. What the f, bro? She was hit by a meteorite.
A meteor headed straight for a small house, where a woman inside was napping on her couch. The rock smashed into a wooden radio, bouncing off and slamming into her side. The meteorite was the size of a grapefruit, and she became the first and only person to be hit by one and survive. But her landlady claimed the rock belonged to her because she owned the house. So she sued the woman, and she had to pay $500 just to keep the rock that hit her. But the endless stress from media attention wrecked her life, so she eventually gave it away to a museum.
What? How the f do I get hit by a meteorite and I have to go to court? Hold on, play that
Headed
back.
straight for a small house, where a woman inside was napping on her couch. The rock smashed into a wooden radio, bouncing off and slamming into her side. The meteorite was the size of a grapefruit, and she became the first and only person to be hit by one and survive. But her landlady claimed the rock belonged to her because she owned the house. So she sued the woman, and she had to pay $500 just to keep the rock that hit her.
No, bro. I want to say ridiculous law, but I mean, technically it's not like a...
She sued
It's not like...
the woman, and she had to pay $500 just to keep the rock that hit her. But the endless stress from media attention wrecked her life, so she eventually gave it away to a museum.
It's court. She just lost a lawsuit, man. She just lost a lawsuit.
A meteor.
Like, it's not like it's a law that says you gotta put that rock in your ass or some shit, or you get arrested or something. You know, that's not. It's not like technically a ridiculous law. It's a ridiculous lawsuit, man. Technically, lawsuit. You forget the suit. Can a fly dodge a? Nobody asked this, bro.
If you shot a bullet at a fly, would it be fast enough to move out of the way? Well, this is what we actually look like to a fly. To them, we move in super slow motion. This is because flies process what they see over 4 times faster than humans and can fly away in about 20 milliseconds. But a bullet moves at over 800 miles per hour, faster than a jet. And by the time the fly registers the bullet's movement, it would have already traveled over 20 feet, meaning it will get hit before.
Unfortunately, flies are like omnipotent, bro. First of all, if you're already of the mindset to shoot a fly with a motherfucking gun, yeah, you might be cracked. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there might be something really, really wrong with you. 1, you're not gonna be that precise, and 2, that dodging that. And you will be mad when he dodges.
Or it can react.
Anything here? Nope. I don't think anybody gotta go shoot a fly like those. What the? Is that my butt, bro?
He crawled into a hole in the wall after escaping prison and found himself inside a Toys R Us. Over the next 6 months, he built a home there, stealing from the store to decorate his home. He lived off baby food and kids' snacks, and exercised by riding a bike around the store.
There was a SpongeBob episode like this. I don't remember what episode, but he was like in a toy store and he had to spend like the night in that bit, bro. There's like a couple cartoon episodes like this. This is a grown-ass man.
Or at night. Eventually, he set up baby monitors to keep track of employees and even changed their work schedules. All so he could rob the store at gunpoint. But after police caught up with him, he was put back in prison.
See, this is one, y'all asking what's the difference between gotta be cap and then not real. When it's not real, bro, it's a fact that it's not real. I can't prove that it's not real, but I'm gonna just say it gotta be capped, because like 6 months, bro. 6 months, bro. Around 6 or 7 months.
Grips
his feet. What
the bow firmly between his toes, pointing his feet toward the target. He then picks up the arrow using his other foot and hooks it into a small metal clasp. Slowly, he leans back, pulling the string and lining up the shot. Then he releases the arrow by triggering the clasp with his jaw, sending it straight into the bullseye. And this precision is what earned him an Olympic medal. He gripped.
That's actually like that's real talent. Does anybody want to do like archery and like those? Like I feel like I'll be able to do archery and it looks easy, but I know it's not, bro. Do we have anything here? Do I have anything sport related? Okay, bye.
A wire inside her pacemaker suddenly came loose, stopping the blood from pumping. She collapsed unconscious on the floor. Now, when her husband grabbed her by the ankles to move her, she suddenly woke up. You see, being upside down somehow reconnected the wire to her heart. But when she stood upright, it disconnected again. So to keep her alive until they could do surgery, her husband had to hold her upside down for over an hour.
Husband though, bro, she would have been cold, bro. She would have been
Her inside
cold,
her pacemaker suddenly came loose.
Then that really happened, bro. That's crazy.
Unconscious on the floor.
Now, when her was 911 like a show or something? Anything for that one? These last couple ones are gonna be hard to get. Nah, we can't get none for those, bro. We can't get none for those, bro.
If you clap both ears, your cupped hands create a pressure wave that slams into your eardrums from both sides. This compresses the delicate hair cells inside. Now, these hairs convert sound into electric signals. Once they're damaged, they don't grow back. And if the pressure is strong enough, it can even rupture your eardrums, causing hearing loss and leaving you constantly dizzy.
So imagine if a with a strong palm of slash the out you, bro, on the right side of your ear, bro. You gonna have hearing loss.
She locked her son inside the chicken coop when he was just a baby. And over the next 7 years, he was raised by the birds. He learned to move like
raised by the birds. This needs food, bro. You better start eating by the birds. What's wrong with you? What the what's wrong with this? Yo, this built like Reed Richards, man. What the you built like Gear 3 Luffy. What the
them and make strange bird-like sounds instead of talking. And because he only ate chicken food, he didn't get enough vitamins, causing his bones to warp and bend. Even after he was rescued, he moved around like a chicken. And though he eventually learned English, his body never fully recovered.
What the yo, arrest the parents. Look at what they doing to this motherfucker, bruh. Is this 100% not real? This 100% not real though? Like, is this? Let me see. Boy raised by chicken. Let me see, bro. Bro said food related. The boy raised by chickens. Where there's 2 cases of boys raised by chickens, man. So this is a real story, bro. This is a motherfucking real story, bro. I don't know if it's the same joint, but there is a boy who is raised by motherfucking chicken. 2 separate cases of boys raised by chicken. It says 2 cases of boys raised by chicken. Sajid Kumar and Kevin Halfpenny in Ireland, and a Russian bird boy. We're just gonna put those as real until it gets debunked. I'm gonna give y'all this food related, bro. I'm gonna give y'all food related. Y'all can hit that. Y'all can hit those, bro. 3-way bingo. Pierre, you got it? Pierre, you got it? Let me see, Pierre. He see that got 3-way bingo, bro. Questionable, freak accident, food related, WTF fact, unsolved mystery, army related, experiment, prisoner, crazy weapons. Did we do crazy weapons? Yeah, we did. Free, plot twist, nobody asked that. I got it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Board is actually really like that. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Pierre, you got this one. Go ahead, hit me in the DMs, and I'll go ahead and send you that 40, bro. I'm gonna keep it going. If you get 4-way bingo, you get VIP in chat. Now, if you happen to be a VIP or a mod and you get 4-way bingo, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
The attacker fired the gun, aiming directly at the man. But at the same time, he put his bag up to cover his face. And instead of piercing his skull, the bullet hit the bag and flew straight into the iPad inside. lodged itself in the metal, leaving the man unharmed. And he managed to tackle the gun to the ground, holding him there until the police arrived.
The iPad definitely saved his life, bro. That would have been cool, bro. That would probably be sucking on Steve Jobs.
In his skull, the bullet hit the bag and flew straight into the iPad inside.
Big ass iPad. You must have an OtterBox on your shit, bro, because if there's one on the board to get, just let me know.
The bull.
We're not restarting the board. Just take your board and you gotta get 4-way with it.
The bull charged right at him, but just as it was about to strike, he hit a button, and the bull suddenly stopped. You see, the scientist had implanted tiny wires in its skull, and pressing the button sent electricity into its brain. This controlled the signals sent into the bull's body, causing it to stop mid-charge. But when people heard about the experiment, they panicked. They were terrified he would use the technology to control their minds, which put an end to the scientists' research.
No, low-key, bring that research back. We could low-key do something with that. He could mind control a bull. We could take those and, you know what, I'm not going to speak too much on it. To the scientists who did that, bro, low-key bring that back, because we could low-key take it to some places that ain't been taken before, bro. I'm not thinking no weird like y'all thinking. But imagine an entire lion mind-controlled army, bro. Think about that, bro. Come on, bro. Crazy medical procedures. Yeah, I give you that.
She was kidnapped and held hostage for 7 days, and her kidnappers planned to force her into marriage. But as the girl cried, a pack of lions suddenly appeared. The kidnappers were terrified, running from the scene and leaving their victim behind.
Oh, W lions, chat.
But instead of harming her, the lions spent the next 12 hours guarding the girl. When police and her family finally got there, they found the girl shaken but alive, and the lions calmly walked back into the forest.
Bro, what kind of Lion King storyline is this? The lions just was like, oh yeah, I with her, bro. Like, yo, we not going eat you, bro. There's a vault of gold under Manhattan. All right, bro, talk to me.
80 feet below Manhattan, more than 6,000 tons of gold sit locked inside a vault. And this is worth over $500 billion. Most of it arrived from foreign countries who wanted to keep their gold safe after World War II. When a new deposit enters, it's logged, weighed, and stored in its own padlocked compartment. Then, it's sealed behind a 9-foot-tall cylinder with a 140-ton steel frame around it. Cameras and motion sensors.
We could bypass that. I need y'all to be like the test dummies though, but we could bypass that on some GTA 5 high.
Monitor the vault, and police patrol the entire system, making it one of the most secure places on Earth.
Oh, why did he shoot 6'9", bro? The rat was not going to take this, bro.
And police patrol the entire system, making it one of the most secure places on Earth.
That's bro. RP that rat, bro. RP that rat, bro. Target fell into the well. Yeah, that's good.
Fell 50 feet into a narrow well. Rescuers lowered ropes, trying to loop them around the boy, and they even brought in heavy machinery to dig the pipe out. But it took 11 hours just to dig a few feet down. Finally, a passing teenager offered to go in himself. A rope was tied to his waist, and he was lowered in head first. With a flashlight strapped to his forehead, he stretched out his arms to grab the child. And when they pulled him to the surface, he brought the toddler back up alive.
I'm surprised the toddler, like, survived that fall. Like, I don't know how long, like, far wells go down now. I haven't seen a well in my life. Wells low-key don't exist. I'm not gonna hold, because I haven't seen it. But anyways, though, I don't know how deep wells is in the first place to really know, but this kid survived that? That's tough. Wells despawned. Wells fell off. Like, when's the last time you seen a city want to go to the well? Or do you got to get some water from the well? Or well anything? Like, what the fuck? This is a insane pause. This is insane. I don't know if she was digging her ass or what, but this is like an ungodly pause, bro. Horrible place to pause, if I'm being honest, man.
As she sat down on the outhouse toilet, something reached up and scratched her butt. She screamed, thinking it was a squirrel. But when her brother lifted the seat, he came face to face with a black bear. It had crawled in
Are those the ones you're supposed to run away from, or which ones do you fight?
Beneath the back door and was living under the toilet. Slammed the lid shut, and they ran to safety, waiting for the bear to move out. And after that, they carried bear spray every
fight the
time they
black
went to the
ones.
toilet.
What happens if I see a black bear and I run? What that going to do? He gonna chase me like that? You fight it, you fight it. He eats you. Oh, small price to pay.
Two tables are placed next to each other. One looks long and thin, and the other looks short and wide. But if you measure them, they're actually the same size and shape. This works because the legs drawn under the shapes tricks your brain, making it look like the tables are 3D, viewed from different angles. So even though they are identical, your mind stretches one and squashes the other. If you take the legs away, you can see they're the same, proving how easily your brain can be fooled.
Right, this a cursed object trust. Do I want to do that? That's like it's like a reach. It's like it's low key. It's low key a reach. Like though, but like, yeah, I do it. Even though it's like a reach, but I do it anyway though. I do it anyway though. This cold poison a local salad.
They sprinkled salmonella over the salads in local restaurants, and soon hundreds of people started vomiting with fever and diarrhea.
Oh my God, the dookie leaking through the drawers, leaking through the jeans. You know how much you gotta be to leak the dookie through the jeans, man? Like that's a level 10.
Spreading fast. Now, at first, people blamed the workers, saying they didn't wash their hands. The police soon found that a local cult was responsible, poisoning over 700 people.
Why,
This
though?
was to stop them from voting in the local election, so the cult's candidate had a better chance of winning. But instead of winning, they were charged and put in prison.
796 salmonella, bro. Just so they can go ahead and win an election, bro. That's conspiracy. We go ahead and hit those. We go ahead and hit those. Conspiracy, go ahead and hit those. Bro, when they give me salmonella, bro, you better hope I don't on you, bro. It's gonna be a shitty day for you, man.
The tea is handed to the doll, triggering a wound-up spring made of whalebone. As the spring unwinds, it drives a series of gears and cams, which move rods and strings.
4-way. 24 got motion. I guarantee 24 do not got 4-way, bro. I'm only saying that because they don't got no icons next to his name. If this is telling the truth, I'll give y'all 20 to get this right now, bro. He's not even here. Can't even check you. My bad game. My bad game.
As the spring unwinds, it drives a series of gears and cams, which move rods and strings that control the head and feet. And this causes it to move forward across the table. When the cup is removed, it suddenly stops. And these were built in 17th century Japan. Wealthy people used them to amaze their guests, serving tea as entertainment.
Okay, that's calm. So everybody can hit Japanese related. She said put 24 to shifty. You know, let's see. I want to see. No way, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna check this board, but there's no way, bro. It's absolutely no way. Okay, so we got prisoner, crazy at death. Now he didn't even get crazy at death. I'm like, that's already a red flag, bro. That's already a red flag. We didn't even get crazy at death yet, bro. That's already a red flag, bro. Big Kingsley. Let's see if he got 4-way. Okay, so he got 1-way right here. He got 2-way right here. You got 1, 2, you got 3-way right here. And then he got 4-way right here. Big Kingsley, you got those, bro. How close were? I know it had to be close, bro. It was getting down to the wire to where I feel like everybody had to be like on some like close type. Let's get you that VIP, bro. W mans, bro. Okay, bet. That's it for the board, though. That's it for the board. So, I mean, if you lost, bro, then, I mean, you gotta chalk that up to the game. I ain't gonna hold, bro. You gotta chalk that up to the motherfucking game and shit like those, man. The little girl was swept away.
She was dragged away from the boat by a strong current, and when her brother tried to save her, they were both pulled down the river. Their dad jumped in and tried to catch up, but the kids were too far away. Now, if they had kept going, all three could have drowned. So instead, the boy swam for help while his father stayed behind. He doggy paddled over a mile until he finally reached the shore, and his family was rescued thanks to his bravery.
I'm not gonna lie. He just built different. Secret mission that saved D-Day. Did you ever learn about D-Day in school?
They drilled into the ground while laying on their stomachs, collecting samples of sand and clay. A lighthouse beam passed inches above their heads, and German soldiers patrolled nearby. But they kept digging. They quietly sealed tubes filled with sand and clay and crawled back to the water. You see, their commanders needed to know if the beaches at Normandy could hold the weight of tanks and trucks, so they managed to sneak samples without getting caught. These samples were then tested, proving that the beaches were solid. Months later, this secret mission helped the Allies successfully launch the D-Day invasion. They drilled—
I don't know how they didn't see they was tunnel vision like. The trick that safely picks up broken glass, this is gonna be a good tip, I'm not gonna hold.
If you smash a glass, turn off all the lights, and lay a flashlight on the floor, the light will catch on the glass shards, and even the tiniest pieces will reflect the light back, making them sparkle. Then take half a raw potato and run it
Nobody is doing this.
across the glass pieces. The sharp edges will stick into the flesh, and the potato will lift them off the floor, making sure it's safe to walk on.
Maybe let me bookmark that. Maybe we do need those. Bro.
He took the winning Monopoly tickets into the airport bathroom. Then he replaced them with the losing ones. You see, he was the head of security, taking care of millions of dollars worth of winning tickets. And he was supposed to deliver an envelope full of them to McDonald's packaging factories, where they were applied to cups and boxes.
If you was a real big back, if you remember when McDonald's had the monopoly on them, and then you would always take it off, and you would never get anything out of it, or like at least most of us. But like, man, McDonald's did used to be doing that.
McDonald's packaging factories, where they were applied to cups and boxes. These would be sent out to restaurants,
I don't care what nobody says. This peak
where
McDonald's.
customers would peel off the packaging, hoping to win. But instead, the man stole some, then resealed the envelope, making it look like nothing had happened. Now, if he claimed the prizes himself, he would be caught. So instead, he sold them to friends, asking—
That's why I never won, bro. Cause of this right here. That's why I never motherfucking won the McDonald's Monopoly. You dead ruined my life.
for a fraction of the prize money up front. For 12 years, he got away with it, stealing
I want this nigga to be motherfucking castrated.
almost $25 million worth. But finally, someone called in an anonymous tip, and since all the winners were connected to him, he quickly got caught and sentenced to prison.
Yo, that be snitches. Be talking about snitches are bad people. They're not bad people, bro. Cause look at this. That really ruined my life, bro. Like, chat, if he didn't do that, I'd be a millionaire by now. If he ain't do that, right? How suction splinter remover works. Oh, bro, I don't want to watch this. I'm getting memories of that one SpongeBob episode, bro.
You get a splinter. Most people would rip into their skin with tweezers to dig it out. But if you cut the end off of a normal syringe, then press the open end firmly onto your skin directly over the splinter, you can quickly pull the plunger up, creating a suction inside the syringe. And this forces the splinter to move upwards, pulling it straight out of your skin.
Low key, that's actually crucial, bro. The most annoying thing is when you got a splinter, but it's so small that you can't grab onto it, or you could barely see it, but you know it's there and you can't prove it.
They connected the blood vessels as they pushed his amputated hand into the incision on his calf. This pumped fresh blood into
What?
the blood vessels as they pushed his amputated hand into the incision on his calf. This pumped fresh blood into the hand, keeping it alive. You see, he had gotten into an accident at work, and doctors knew they had to act fast, but his arm was too damaged to reattach it right away. And if the hand didn't get blood soon, the tissue would die. So they decided to attach it to his leg while his arm healed. Then, once it was ready, the hand was still fresh. They were able to reattach it.
What happens if a plane loses oxygen?
As they pulled up beside the commercial plane, they looked inside the windows and saw everyone inside slumped over and passed out. And there was no one
Well, I think y'all know where this about to go.
in the cockpit. You see, the crew forgot one switch before takeoff, and the cabin pressure dropped as the plane climbed into the air. The pilots misunderstood the alarm and tried fixing the wrong thing, but the oxygen was too low inside.
You know how mad I'd be if my pilots were stupid? They give me the pilots who low-key have no training, bro. Don't be checking, don't know how to fly, or just dead sped, bro. I'd be mad at like my pilot's stupid, bro. Imagine losing your life, bro, because your pilot is dead stupid.
But the oxygen was too low inside, and everybody passed out. The jet kept flying on autopilot, circling the city at 30,000 feet with no one at the controls for over an hour. One person was still conscious, and he tried to take control, but the engines had run out of fuel. The plane crashed into a hillside, and they all lost their lives.
It's crazy that was in the air for an hour. That autopilot should really be like saving, bro. He should have jumped out when he had the chance. You think that's Mission Impossible, man? What the f? That is Zack D Bingo. We're gonna go ahead and put those on the main channel. If you're watching this on the main channel, Twitch Blue Rod in the description. Come to the motherfucking stream, cause the motherfucking stream like those. But yeah, alright, BBG. Alright.